Hello from Kim Acres. I'm Kim and my husband behind the camera is Tim. And today we just want to share with you the winter sowing that I have done. I have had a few people ask me to video it or show them how I do it. So I'll get right into that. But I do want to tell you that we moved into this home a year ago in January, and had big plans for our plantings, and I did transplants, and we were so busy last year, and the area was flooded. I should have taken a little bit of rest time to figure out what and where to plant. So that was lesson learned number one. So I just want to show you what the milk jug or the winter sowing is kind of all about. So first of all, you have to accumulate some milk jugs, rinse them out thoroughly, and if you want to get a whole bunch at one time, this is what I did. I contacted a Starbucks and spoke to their manager and asked them to save the milk jugs for me for a weekend. And this weekend I yielded about 35 milk jugs. And they were happy to save them for me, as you know, it is kind of like a recycling here. So I'm going to take you through the process, what I do. Now I have already rinsed all of these milk jugs. And I will tell you that I already have 75 of them planted and outside in the snow already. In fact, this basket here is all of the ones that I have already sowed in milk jugs. So what you're going to need is your jugs. I'm going to use a drill with a pretty good size bit. You're going to need a utility knife, some scissors. You're going to need some plant markers so that you can write on them. And if you ever go to a party or have a party and you use these plastic cups, just save them, rinse them out, and you can cut them. Just cut the bottom off like so, and then make your tabs. I'm using a Sharpie paint pen. This one happens to be gold. They come in black. You could use a white one. Okay, so we'll get down to it. Today I'm going to show you some cosmos. I already went through and made labels for what I want to put in my milk jug. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my drill, and it's cordless for me, but take my drill and just kind of, I usually put 4 holes in. Okay? 4 holes. The milk jugs need to be cut, and usually it's below the handle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my utility knife. Make sure your guard is always on. And I'm going to cut just below the handle, and then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to follow that around. I guess I had some water on the previous jug that I didn't clean my table off. Just follow that around. Don't go all the way to the other end. Go to like the end of the corner so that you can open it up and have a little lid. You don't want them totally disconnected. Some people like just do it from so that this is the lid and they can flip it at an angle. I myself have a personal preference to have more of a lid there. So here you can see my holes are in the bottom. And then the next thing I do is I've already have my potting soil, and just you can get a bag of Miracle-Gro, dollar store, potting soil, whatever medium you can find. Maybe it's something you have on hand. And then I just throw 4 to 6 scoops in, and you can tell this is nicely got enough moisture in it, because it breaks up, but yet it's not too clumpy. Just kind of smoosh that around. You are going to need a couple of inches for those roots to be able to take place. Okay, so that part's done. Take my gloves off. And so what we're going to do next, I picked my, we're going to do Cosmos. And I've already got a label. I'm going to take, let's do this one, Summer Dreams. I'm going to open this up. The planting depth on here is 1/4 of an inch. You can stick them in, or as I do it, I just push them down with my finger a little bit. And I just kind of like put a couple of them in here and there. If you need to thin them, you can either prick them out when they are very young and up pot them, if the plants will tolerate that. Some don't like being moved. But I just kind of poke my finger down in there, and if you need to thin them when they start coming up, you can take your scissors and just cut them off, snip them off. If your potting soil isn't quite wet enough, you can take a mister and mist it. Make sure you put your label on the inside. And the reason why I say on the inside is because the sun will come down, and if you're using a regular Sharpie, it will fade on the plastic and then you won't know what's what. So put one on the inside. You can still take your marker and mark on the outside. I'm using a paint pen and I'm experimenting with this because supposedly it lasts a little bit longer from the sun fading. And I use packing tape. Some people will use masking tape or Gorilla Tape, but I kind of like the packing tape. And I just take it and kind of wrap my milk jug in it. Just wrap it all around so it's kind of giving it a, seal it up, give it a little greenhouse effect and keep that moisture in. The trickiest part here is this little bulge. You know why they put those in the milk containers, right? So I can tell if the milk is soured and whatever. So just kind of got to work with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. And now she's ready to go outside. Some people say, well, what if they dry out? Well, I guess it depends. The reason why you're not going to put the cap on is because the rain's going to come in, the snow's going to come in, and it's going to just give it what it needs. If you absolutely have to water, I recommend getting a plastic tote, filling it with a little bit of water, and then setting this down in so that it can absorb from the bottom. That way you're not disturbing the new seedlings. So I have something I'd like for you to see, and that is a new seedlings, because I didn't put mine out right when I should have. So we're going to show you what it looks like when they've germinated on the inside. And it's fun and exciting to go and check in the springtime when things are germinating and coming up to see which milk jugs have something that needs to get put out pretty quickly. All right, well, if you have any questions, I'm sure you can tag me or ask, message me if you have that information, you have a dire question, how to get started, what to do. There's plenty of videos on YouTube. So I hope that you've enjoyed mine. I am in my basement, so I'm not outside in the snow doing this. And signing off from KTA, I wish you a beautiful and blessed day.